Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians, Chapter 5. At this point, perhaps you Hushlanders are beginning to doubt the truth of this narrative. You have seen several odd and inexplicable things happen. Though, just as warning, the story so far has actually been quite tame. Just wait until we get to the part with talking dinosaurs. Some readers might even think that I'm just making the story up. You might think that everything in this book is dreamy silliness. Nothing can be further from the truth. This book is serious. Terribly serious. Your skepticism results from a lifetime of training in the librarian school system where you are taught all kinds of lies. Indeed, you'd probably never even heard of the Smedries, despite the fact that they are the most famous family of oculators in the entire world. In most parts of the Free Kingdoms, being a Smedry is considered equivalent to being nobility. If you wish to perform a fun test, next time you are in history class, ask your teacher about the Smedries. If your teacher is a librarian spy, he or she will get red-faced and give you a detention. If, on the other hand, your teacher is innocent, he or she will simply be confused, then likely give you a detention. Remember, despite the fact that this book is being sold as a fantasy novel, you must take all of the things it says extremely seriously, as they are quite important, are in no way silly, and always make sense. Rutabaga, that is a knight, I asked, pointing at the silver-haired girl. That is a knight? I asked, pointing at the silver-haired girl. Unfortunately, Grandpa Smedry said. But she's a girl, I said. Yes, Grandpa Smedry said, and a very dangerous one, I might add. She was sent to protect me. Sent? I said. Who sent her, then? And is she supposed to protect you from librarians or from yourself? Basile stalked right up to Grandpa Smedry, placed her hands on her hips, and glared at him. I'd stab you with something if I didn't know that you'd arrive too late to get hurt. Bastille, my dear, Grandpa Smedry said. How pleasant. Of course I didn't mean to leave you behind. You see, I was running late, and I needed to go. Basile held up a hand to silence Grandpa, but then glared at me. Who is he? My grandson, Grandpa Smedry said. Alcatraz. Another Smedry? She asked. I have to try to protect 4 of you now? Bastille, dear, Grandpa Smedry said. No need to get upset. He won't be much trouble. Will you, Alcatraz? No. I said that was, of course, an absolute lie. But would you have said anything different? Bastille narrowed eyes. Somehow I doubt that. What are you planning, old man? Nothing to worry about, Grandpa Smedry said. Just a little infiltration. Of? Bastille asked. The downtown library, Grandpa Smedry said, then smiled innocently. What? Bastille said. Honestly, can't I even leave you alone for half a day? Shattering glass, what would make you want to infiltrate that place? They had the sands of Rashid, Grandpa Smedry said. So, we've got plenty of sand. These sands are very important, Grandpa Smedry said. It's an oculator sort of thing. Bastille's expression darkened a bit at that comment. She threw her hands in the air. Whatever, she said. I assume we're late? Very, Grandpa Smedry said. Fine. She stabbed a finger at me. I barely suppressed a tense jump. You get in my car. You can fill me in on the mission. We'll meet you there, old man. Lovely, Grandpa Smedry said, looking relieved. I began. Must I remind you, Alcatraz, Grandpa Smedry said, that you shouldn't swear? Not we're late. Get moving. I paused. Swear? Said, however, my confusion gave Grandpa Smedry a perfect chance at escape, and I caught sight of the man's eyes twinkling as he jumped into his car, Clinton and Singh joining him. For an old man who arrives late to everything, I noted, he certainly is spry. Come on, Smedry, Bastille growled, climbing back into her sleek car. I sighed, then rounded the vehicle and pulled open the passenger side door. I tossed the handle to the side as it broke off, then climbed in. Bastille wrapped her knuckles on the dashboard and the car started. Then she reached for the gear shift, throwing it into reverse. Doesn't the car drive itself? I asked. Sometimes, Bastille said. It can do both. It's a hybrid. We're trying to get closer to things that look real, like real Hushlander vehicles. With that, the car burst into motion. Now, I had been very frightened on several different occasions in my life. The most frightening of these involved an elevator and a mine. Perhaps the second most frightening involved a caseworker and a gun. Bastille driving, however, quickly threatened to become number 3. Aren't you supposed to be some sort of bodyguard? I asked, furiously working to find a seatbelt. There didn't appear to be one. Yeah, Bastille said. So shouldn't you avoid killing me in a car wreck? Bastille frowned, spinning the wheel and taking a corner at ridiculous speed. I don't know what you're talking about. I sighed, settling into my seat, telling myself that the car probably had some sort of mystical device to protect its occupants. I was wrong, of course. Both oculator powers and symbiotic technology have to do with glass, and I seriously doubt that an airbag made of or filled with glass would be all that effective. Amusing, perhaps, but not effective. Hey, I said, how old are you? 13, Bastille replied. Should you be driving, then? I asked. I don't see why not. You're too young, I said. Says who? Says Allah. I could see Bastille narrow her eyes and her hands, grip the wheel even tighter. Maybe a librarian law, she muttered. This, I thought, is probably not a topic to pursue further. So I said, trying something different. What is your talent? Bastille gritted her teeth, glaring out through the windshield. Well, I asked. I'm going to leave off there on page 73, and we'll pick up tomorrow. for our next episode.